As I mentioned in the last movie, sessions are a way of allowing us to preserve the value of variables as the user moves between different pages of our website. Let's take a look at a sample script to show the need for such a facility. This script is simply going to set a variable with a value and show a hyperlink to another page which we're just about to write. Should remember to use single quotes in any embedded quotes that we use in our HTML within an echo or print statement. And that's going to be the end of our script there. Let's save that one as register session var.php. Then we're going to write another script that simply tries to recall what we set the variable to on the last script. Both very simple scripts. We'll save this one as show session variable.php, and let's take a look in our browser at our register session var.php script. If we follow the hyperlink to the next page, as we can see, the variable has not been declared. So what we can do to make sure that the variable's value is carried from one script to the next is to use a PHP session. The way we do this is to use the session start function at the beginning of the script, where we want to register the variable, and then we register the variable to our session using session underscore register function. Then we put the name of our variable in quote marks, and we don't use the $sign in this particular instance. Now we can simply move to our other script and include the session start function, which we should include at the beginning of any script where we want the variables that have been registered with our session to be available within the script. Let's go back to our browser and refresh the first page. Then we're going to click to go to the next page. As we can see, the variable has been carried over. Now, the way this works is actually a dual system. There's a system which uses cookies that allows a small file to be temporarily stored on the user's machine. The small file is called the cookie, and then the variables are stored within this cookie and are called by any of our web pages that need to access the variables. Now, some people choose to disable cookies in their web browsers, and this can cause a problem for using cookies in this kind of way. Let's have a look at the internet options on this web browser. This may look different for your web browser that you're using, but there should be a way of disabling cookies so that web pages are not allowed to put cookies onto the user's hard disk. Now that we've disabled these session cookies, if we go back, actually we should restart the browser to make sure that the new settings have been registered, and then we're going to try and call up the same web page register session var.php, and when we click to go to the next page, as we can see, there's been some data added here, and this is an encrypted form of the data that we asked to be transferred. That is the variable name and the variable value. So by encoding the data onto the end of the URL that it calls, PHP is able to use a backup system if the user has chosen to disable cookies on their browser. This is obviously a very flexible system, and one that can work very well for a use such as we are using for sessions in this chapter. You may, however, wish to use PHP's cookie function, and we're going to take a look at that in the next movie.